Welcome. Today we're going to talk about the difference between MIP Cloud and MIP Classic. Our clients ask us all the time, what's the difference? Should I move to the cloud? Which do you like better? Why would I use the cloud versus Classic? We only use the cloud. We only use Classic. And there's a lot of differences in things that we like, and there's things that we dislike as we go through it. The first is going to be kind of how do we access and what is the interface difference? You're going to access both through the same exact portal. No difference. And you're going to get two icons within there. One to access the true web-based version and one to access what we call Classic. The Classic is run through a remote desktop session. It will be the same MIP that you're running today on premise. There's no difference. The only difference is how you access it. But all of the functionality that you're used to today, you will have after you move to the MIP Cloud. Now, there are differences between the two. When you're in the modern version, or MIP Cloud, how you access tabs is completely different. Because it is a web-based application, just like your bank's website, when you move to another page, that other page closes. So at the top of the screen, you have to open up multiple windows within your browser. Think about Google, Chrome, wherever you are, and you open up multiple tabs. That's how you will utilize MIP. You'll right-click and you'll duplicate those tabs. That's the way that the cloud version works. In the Classic version, your tabs are still the same way that they worked before. So from our perspective, it really depends upon your role. And as an entry person, I like the Classic version better. If I'm a CFO or a power user or a reporting person, I like the cloud version much better. Big difference there. The second big difference is how you export stuff. Exporting from MIP is completely different when you're on the cloud version. Whether it's using the modern version or the Classic version, the export works completely different. In the modern version, when it exports, it goes right to your downloads folder. Real simple. Hit export, go to your downloads folder. That report is there for you to look at and open in Excel. In the Classic version, I'll be the first to say it, it's extremely painful. You have to click on the C drive or your favorites or add something to your favorites, and there's always multiple clicks to get that Excel report to export. That's why we say CFOs enjoy the modern version better. Controllers, anyone who's a high-level reporter doing a lot of reporting uses the modern version. If you're a data entry person, AP, cash receipts, journal vouchers, those kind of entries, we like the Classic version better. The next big difference is the drill down feature. And one of the big things is to drill down and drill through data, just like you do in QuickBooks or other applications, getting back to that transaction level detail. Now, this is a huge feature of MIP, and it's available in multiple reports, but it's only available in the Classic version. If you're looking to drill down and drill through, make sure you're going to your Classic version. The modern version does not have, at this time, a drill down capability. Another question we get is, well, wait, my general ledger report doesn't give me the ability to drill down. Nor will it. Your general ledger report includes every column and field within MIP for the most part, so there's really no drill down. Just include as much detail as you want. The next one is custom columns. Custom columns allow us to do calculations within our financial statements. What are some of the basic ones that we usually do? We like to take our year-to-date number and divide by the number of months for our revenues and expenses, and then maybe project out what our year-end will look like. Taking the number of months, dividing by that number, and then multiplying by 12 to see what year-end would actually look like if we stay on that same spending trend or revenue trend. We also like to use it during the budget process, where we might say, you know what, take our year-to-date, annualize it out, and then do a 3% increase, a 5% increase, a 7% increase. These custom columns allow us to do all sorts of calculations, but it also allows us to pull in any date range that we may want. So you may get the request that says, hey, I want to show the past 5 years year by year, and then the current year information. Fine. Using custom columns, you have the ability to make that report right within MIP. There's no need to go to Excel. There's no need to go to DrillPoint. There's no need to go to these other systems. That's a standard report within MIP. But remember, custom columns are only available in the Classic version. Now, we want to talk about efficiencies. And one of the big efficiencies is the ability to have memorized documents within MIP and also recurring. So memorized documents basically saves a template within MIP in a transaction. So it might be the monthly vehicle lease, it might be the monthly rent, it might be the standard telephone bill, those kind of items. And you can call up that template, that memorized document, whenever you want. The recurring side allows us to get a reminder. And this reminder functions the same way as your Outlook, right? You have a meeting coming up and that window pops up and says, hey, in 15 minutes you need to show up for the meeting. The recurring works that way, where it will tell you on the cycle that you set what invoices, what journal vouchers, what cash receipts, whatever transaction it might be, needs to be processed. Now, if you want the reminder, you gotta stay in Classic View or Classic MIP. If you're not gonna get that reminder in the modern version. So once again, Classic is great for transaction processing. Modern is great for reporting, executives, that kind of position. Now, one of the big things that happens is we get a lot of questions of, hey, my financial statement is out of balance. What did we do wrong? Why? Where is it? And 9 times out of 10, when we get that out of balance question, and that support call, which we're here to take and help you with, is someone added a new account to the chart of accounts. And when they added that new account, they didn't use the wizard. And by not using the wizard, it didn't end up on the right financial statements, or the right offsets, or the right closing account assignments, and all of the steps that it goes through. So why am I a big advocate of the wizard? Because it walks you through all of the steps of which account it's going to be modeled after. And yes, this is available in modern. It says what do you want to model it after, but it's not as clean and it's not as clear. So when adding new accounts, I like to use Classic. It just walks me through, it's crystal clear, screen by screen, question by question, versus it all being on one flat page on a web page. So it works. You can use both, but my personal preference is that you use Classic for adding new accounts. We hope you found this video informative, and if you have any questions, please give us a call. Have a great day.